Alright, so I got everything laid out. I started marking some of the hardware and all that. Alright, so we're going to start going through this. So, first thing I need to do is I need to take these apart. So, I'm going to try to do that as best I can. So I'm going to put you over here. Alright, so I gotta try to get these horns off here. Ooh. I'll get you a better angle. Again, sorry for the lighting. This one is on there. Oh, there we go. Alright, see, they just twist off. Okay. So now, these drivers, right? These drivers are going to come off this plate. It doesn't matter which one, the trumpets matter, but these, it doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to clip this tubing here. So you can do that with a pair of dikes, angle cut pliers, or whatever you want to call them. Alternative lifestyle pliers, whatever you want to call them, or you can use one of these. This is actually the tubing cutter. It's amazing. And this is great for like coolant lines and things like that. Boom, it's through. That's literally it. It's a great tool. They're only like 20 or so bucks at hardware stores, and they cut awesome. They're great. These ones actually are from Harbor Freight, and I think they were less than that. So they are awesome. Very sharp blade, cut through. Airline. See if I can get you a better little angle at that. I know the lighting sucks today. Airline, coolant line, fuel line, any type of line, doesn't matter. Hose, like garden hose, anything. It'll cut through freaking anything. Great. Alright. So, using a flare wrench, because that's what I had handy. These are little 10 mils. Just loosen these. So according to, let me reference my instructions here. Where am I? Equivalent to safely sever tubing, loosen compression nuts on center driver, and remove horn drivers from mounting plate. These will not be reused. Okay, so that's what I wanted to make sure. Just simply slide out. So there's the middle one with the distribution valve on it. And I'm going to leave these on here just so I don't lose them up here. Because again, I'm doing this in my little computer room. Because I don't have any room on my bench. Because normally just doing this in your, in your garage on your bench. But I currently have a motor on the bench, Volkswagen motor, so I don't have any room. Alright, so this is just extra now. This is what the horns come on. It's a pretty thick thing of steel. I might save that for something later. I don't know what, but I'll figure it out. Alright, so the next thing I have to do is I have to get this tubing out of here. These are quick connects, so what I should just be able to do is kind of push down and pull. Pull out. That's it. So I'm going to do that over here. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing on this little collar here. Alright, you can even do it by hand. And then twist and pull the tubing out. That's it. That's all of it. And then, let's see what size this is. That's a 12. So these are 12 millimeter. This is why I like flare wrenches, because you use a regular wrench and this has some torque on it, you can round it off easily. So a flare wrench easily goes, and look, it holds it almost like a socket. So I can, maybe I can't loosen it, or it could alright, that one. Hi, Miss Ladybug. You back? Okay. Alright, so the next thing I do is I gotta get the tubing out of here. I have some vice grips. These would be channel locks or whatever. There we go. And see, that's why. It's got a barb fitting on it. That would be why it was a pain. But with the barb fitting, you don't need a compression sleeve. So that's good. I don't like the way that's threading on there, but let's see if we can get this one off. There we go. And that one off too. Excuse me. So I got all the old tubing off. All right. Let's see what we want to do next. This bracket. And I want this driver, just because I like the way the fitting. I need my horn hardware and the large trumpet. All right, and oar mount. So according to the instructions, it says it's this thick rubber bushing. I know, again, sorry for the lighting. When we get up to the truck, it's gonna be a lot better. So I'm dropping everything. You don't want to use this rubber bushing, it says. So that's fine. So I took the rubber bushing off. Okay. Let me set my hardware out. According to the directions, we go bolt, lock washer, flat washer, then flat washer. Yeah, lock washer, flat washer, flat washer. Okay, all right. So I got it laid out. Bolt, lock washer, flat washer, nut. Okay. Change the angle a little bit here. All right, so we want lock washer, flat washer. So what I'm doing is making this a little bit easier on myself. Because these are slotted, I'm going to get the bolt in there set, then slide it in, set all my washers and everything, then kind of tighten it up a little bit. That way, in theory, it's a little bit easier. I'm not fighting anything. Because what I can do is, I can do this. Turn it upside down, and then take it. And I can slide it. Maybe I tighten that down a little bit too much. Loosen them up a bit. Boom. I can slide them right in to where they need to be. Make sure they're seated all the way. I'm going to put this as far back as I can. That looks like it. Looks like about as far back as I can go. Hand tighten them a little bit here. There we go. All right. So the next thing I need to do is I need to mount this, which goes on here. It's a support. So I'm going to thread in the trumpet. It'll work for me. Come on. Start threading. There we go. it's nice and snug there. So I'm going to slide it forward a little bit, because that way I'm going to try to clear the mounting bolt. Okay. All right, so now they don't include new hardware for the oar mount, which is the thing holding the thing up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reuse hardware that it came with. Their picture shows a little different way to mount it, but I am going to do it kind of the way it came from the factory, because I'm missing, not missing, I don't have a spare I don't know if I like that. All right, I'm gonna position it to where I'm happy. I want this as compact as possible to minimize when I mount it. Try to take a little look-see here. Okay, so it's bolt in. Okay, so I'm going to move it forward just a hair. Make sure that isn't as tight in as I feel like. There we go. Alright, so what I'm doing here is I'm adjusting this bell. So this is the bolt that the going through the frame that will bolt to. So I want to make sure I have enough clearance for the bolt, but also I want to try to keep this as compact as possible. Okay, bring it. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good right there. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to tighten these so they're good and snug. So the next thing I want to do is I want to reseat these bolts. Make sure they're nice and set, which now they are. Good. Good. That's looking pretty good there. All right, so I'm going to tighten these. What size we got here? Okay, so these are Nubsers. This is 1/2 inch hardware. Okay. I'm going to do it a little bit. So I didn't bring all my tools up with me. So I'm going to do it this way. That is good and tight. Nice and tight. Put it around and do the same thing over here. Or do this in a really convoluted way. Move you back up out of the way. There we go. What I should have done is I should have just gone and gotten my sockets and my ratchets, but I'm enjoying my air conditioning and my soft floor instead of doing this out on the pavement of my driveway. That would be the other option. So now, let's see, figure out what size these are. We got here 13. Yeah, of course they are 10 millimeter. Get these nice tighten. When I get these on the truck, I might give these some lock juice. There's definitely a mix of fasteners. Some are standard, some are metric. I guess I can't really say much because everything is kind of going back and forth. All depends on where they source their stuff from, I guess. All right, that's on there. Okay, so that's the large horn done. Good, like that. All right. So next, we gotta fit the solenoid to the next one. Okay, so I need to put this on here. Alright. Boom. And then this is my input fitting. Alright. A little bit by hand here. This is going to be a pain. If I had it at the right size. There we go, that's better. Alright, so I'm mounting this fitting. This is where the air from the tank is going to come in. You don't want to crank on these too hard because they're only brass. Alright, that's looking pretty good there. Alright, and this one, go on here. It looks like it barely clears the fitting. So I'm going to adjust how this fitting sits a little bit. Oh! Get myself a little more comfy here. I will note to self not be doing this way again, but I'm already committed, so here we go. And definitely know if I do this a little bit more in anything more in this room, I'm definitely gonna need to get some better lighting because all I have is light on the ceiling fan. And obviously, that's not enough. Okay. So. All right. Let's get this one in there. Come on, don't be stubborn. There we go. Okay, so I'll adjust this a little bit. So get it where I'm happy. Oh yeah. Oh no, there's not a clearance issue. Thought there'd be a clearance issue, but there's not. And maybe just a hair, so I'm gonna. There we go. That's better. Okay. Alright. This one is heavy enough. It wants to move. So I'm going to do this. Now what I'm going to do, you don't want to mount this yet. I want to kind of see, I have a fitment issue. So we're going to rotate this out a little bit. an issue, so we're going to rotate it out some more. Alright, we're going to go with that for now. So let me... Now I can adjust this a little bit more when I've got it on the truck. Alright, I'll do another fit check. Okay, I might be able to adjust it in a little bit when I get it mounted on the truck. But that's better. That's better. It's much better. Okay, alright, so now we're on to the last horn driver. So this is the bracket for the single small horn. And it's got two different slots. That's for your cab configuration. So for a crew cab, you use these top two holes here. And for a mega cab, you would use these bottom two. I have a crew cab, so I'm going to use these up here. So again, I'm going to assemble my bolt. Whoops. Drop everything. There we go. Alright. Let's take our last driver. And mount it. Now all of these fittings, all of these bolts that I'm doing here, they're not completely, they're on there pretty good, but they're not completely tight because final tightening we're going to be doing on the truck once we figure out our clearances. So I'm just kind of eyeballing them. Doing it that way. So that's all on there. That's all mounted there. And this is pretty thick stuff, so should do pretty good. Now next we're gonna go on to the tank. I'm at all of our fittings. Which our fittings include our pressure switch. This is a horn button, which I'm not going to use, but they include a horn button. And this is some called Kleinn Air Juice. It's a thread locker. It's a thread sealer. Then I've got a 90-degree fitting for air. And I've got a little adapter. What's this one for? I've got my pop-off valve. It's important to make sure you have that. It's a safety valve. And then what else do we have? We have a drain valve, obviously. And then we have another 90, but 1/4 inch instead of half. So the half is the supply air, and the half is to the air horns. Or I'm sorry, the half is for so what I'm looking for, the remote filler. So my pressure switch is going to go here. My 90, this is going to go in here. Okay. going to be mounted like that. So drain's going to go down here. Pop-off's going to go there. Okay. Alright, so get you a little bit better. There we go. Alright, so the first one I'm going to put in is my safety. So the tank's going to mount like this. So on its side. So this is where the safety goes. So I'll put some do this without jacking it up. I'll do it this way. So I'm going to put about 2 drops. Sealer. This one. That's not going to stand. Then use, let's see, what's that here? Oh man, so close. So far. Do I not have the right size for this? $13, $14. Nope, looks like I'm going to do this. I'm using a small itty bitty. Try not to knock everything over. So again, you don't want this too tight because you'll kind of mess the threads up. So that's good. All right, what we got next? All right, so this is the bottom. This is where the drain will go. If I can get it out, that'd be nice. Get my pliers. There we go. All right. This is drain. Thread sealer. we go. Those are on. So here, this is my air in. So this is going to be my 1/2 inch, which is this big boy right here. So again, get some thread juice. This one actually has an orientation to it. Alright, so this one, the orientation is... Wait a minute. This tank was welded weird. So I'm definitely gonna let Kleinn know that. So it's supposed to be at a 90 degree, but it doesn't match. This should actually be here. So it's up like that. I'm gonna want it to face. Let me see what they have it. They have it facing. Come on. Down. Okay, so it's gonna be like that. This is the bottom of the truck. So we are gonna have it face down. Yes, which is how they have it. Okay. Okay, so this one is air in from the compressor, because the compressor hose isn't long enough. So I hope I have an adapter for that. We should. So far everything's been in the kit. Just these directions aren't very clear, but that's okay. I am a competent individual. Okay, alright. So then this is come on. Oh, you guy. There we go. Got it. Got it. All right. So this is gonna be, oh, no, so this is, so I am missing a fitting. I am missing a fitting. I should have another one of these. See if I can find it. Okay, I am missing a fitting. So what we're going to do, I might have a pipe plug for that. I don't know. I'll find out. Okay. Yeah, because let me look through my parts list again. 5 and 5. 5, 2 of them. I only have 1. Yeah, so I'm supposed to have 2 of these. I only have 1. That would explain some stuff. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, then we're going to use this one. And I will see if I can find something I can use. Alright, so this one has to be oriented at a 45 this way, it looks like. And normally it's supposed to be like this. That's the way it's supposed to be. So this is supposed to be pointing on this way, and this is supposed to be like this. So, to make it be similar, right? I'm going to do it this way. Okay. Well, this is part of being a beta tester, I guess. Is this kit. Now, these are hand-assembled kits, so I guess I can't really be too irritated. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, because this goes on the end of the compressor to go to a tube, and it's supposed to come into this. There we go, I can work with that. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So next thing I got to mount is the switch. And they supplied plenty of sealant, so that's not an issue. So that's how it's going to mount on the truck. Make sure. Actually, it's going to mount Okay, yeah. Okay. Just making sure. All right. There we go. Nice and snug. So there's the tank mostly installed, or mostly put together. Again, I'm missing a fitting here. Again, that it's one of those fittings, 1/4 inch NPT, 90 degree to 1/4 inch compression. There's my 1/2 inch to the air horns. And I have my drain valve, my 125 psi safety, and my pressure switch. So either I'm going to plug this and install the remote later, or I'm going to go get a fitting. One of the two. So we'll see what's next on the list. What do we got here? So here's the bracket. Okay. So it is not like that on the bracket. So I want to make sure, yeah, my drain's good. My drain is out of the way. Okay, all right. So get my tank hardware. All right, and it is a little bit different orientation than last time. Let's see what we got. Bolt flat washer, lock. Okay, all right. The bolts over here. Flat washer's out of the way, except for that one, which I need. Okay. This is another final tightening will be done on the vehicle thing because of clearances. Oops. Go, there's one. There's two. probably going to want it to sit a little low. It's probably what I'm going to want for clearance, upper clearance issues. So that's what I'm going to do. Basically going to let it hang on this bracket while I tighten it. Do I have... There we go. Alright, got the tank on the bracket. So that's all set. I think that's about all we've got for bench stuff. Because the compressor, according to these instructions here, let's take a look. Okay, I know it's bright. So here's the tank we did. And then next we go to mounting, 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 mounting. And see, there's my orientation of my inlet. So as you see, bracket's there, right? So mine's a little bit off. So mine, this end cap was welded on wrong. So it's rotated. So this, which is supposed to be up against the frame rail, is actually down here. And this, obviously, so I tried to keep it as close to this orientation as possible, but obviously it looks weird because, you know, it's not pointing at a 45 past the inlet. It's coming over here. So it's just one of those, you know, manufacturing things. Now maybe they changed the tank design and didn't update this picture, or someone welded my tank wrong. But either way, I can make it work. I'll find a way. It's just routing now. Alright, so this is mounting. So the compressor, so this is where the change happened. So this is the bracket from the 14 to 18 frame. Well, the frame changed. So it's very similar, but they had to change how it mounts. So if you see here, so this is the HD, right? 19 plus HD. And we've got this tie bolt. So they had to add all of these holes for different applications to try to use the same bracket to save money. But this tie bolt goes into a hole in the frame, and I've got to thread that through when we get to it. So, and then let's see what it says here. Use a forward set of slots if you have the rear floor pockets, which I do. So mine's going to look like this. If you don't have the floor cubbies, yours would look like this. But mine's going to look like this because I have the little floor cubbies. Then we go into, yeah, so that came from the air compressor, so I used that for the air compressor. And this is the solenoid, the big one. And then, yeah, so this is to the quick connect. So either I'm gonna, if I can find one of these fittings, if I have one, I'll put it on. If not, I'm gonna plug this, maybe. And I don't know where I'm gonna do the quick connect anyway. So I might just plug it for now. So, here's a remote air filter, then plumbing the horns, then wiring. So, it's wiring. So, I will start taking some of the stuff down. It's only 5 o'clock. I got plenty of sunshine left. So we'll try to get this going here. Alright, so quick update before we keep going. I found the fitting. It was in the bag with the extra filler.